What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode 120 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my dining room. And today I just want to give you all my picks for the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. And last series in the semi-conference finals, I went 3-1 on my picks, making my postseason total 10-2 overall. So let's dive into it. Let's start with the Eastern Conference matchup. We have the number 1 seed Heat playing the number 2 seed Boston Celtics. I think this is going to be a great series. Both teams are pretty similar with how they play. Both teams are very good defensively. I do give the slight offensive advantage to the Celtics, but I give the bench advantage to the Heat, even though the Celtics definitely have a nice bench going for them. So I definitely expect this to be a tough and gritty game between both teams that, have a lot of history playing each other in conference finals rounds. They met a couple times when LeBron was on the Heat. They played at each other in the 2020 bubble where the Heat won in 6. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these teams match up. Now that they're playing with fans back in the building, I expect this to be a great series. Both teams are very well coached. You have Ime Udoka for the Celtics, excellent coach, and you can't forget about Eric Spoelstra. He's won titles with the Heat before, and he's on the quest to do it again. I can't wait to see this. You have the stars on the Celtics. You have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and then you have the other guys who have been stepping up playing big basketball, which would be Al Horford and Marcus Smart, making plays when they matter. And then you look at the Heat, and they don't really have a superstar. They have really good guys. Their best player is Jimmy Butler, no doubt about it. He's not quite superstar level, but the Heat really don't need a superstar on their team because they play such good team basketball. Outside of Jimmy Butler, they have guys like Bam Adebayo. They've got guys coming off the bench like Tyler Hero, who's a 6th man of the year. They have other gritty, tough, and defensive players such as PJ Tucker and even Max Strus, their shooting guard. He's been stepping up big throughout these playoffs. He had 2 double-doubles in the series against the Sixers. So I expect these games to be low-scoring games, honestly, because of how good these teams are defensively. And if I'm going to have to pick anyone to win this series, I'm going to have to roll with my Celtics, man. I got Celtics winning this in 6 or 7. It's not going to be easy. They swept the Nets. They beat the Bucks in 7 without Chris Middleton. But, they're still both really good teams. But the Heat team, they've been playing really good basketball. Won't be easy for the Celtics. The next is the Western Conference Finals. We have the Golden State Warriors taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The Warriors are the 3 seed. The Mavericks are the 4 seed. And the Warriors are back into the Western Conference Finals since 2019. And, they're hungry for another championship. They have that championship caliber team. They have Steph Curry finally healthy. They got Clay and Draymond. They're both healthy as well. You can't forget about the kid coming off the bench, Jordan Poole. I mean, he's a killer. He could drop 20 to 30 points a game off the bench, if you sleep on him. So he's very special, very talented. The Warriors have a very deep team. They also have Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga. They have a few other guys that, have been stepping up and making plays for them this postseason and throughout the regular season as well. Very deep team, very well coached by Steve Kerr, and they have that championship mentality. Most of the guys on the roster have been to or won championships in the past. And if you look at the other side of the Mavericks, they're back in the Western Conference since they've won their title in 2011. And honestly, outside of Dirk in 2011, they had some really good role players. Dirk was their superstar, kind of like how Luka is now, and he has some solid role players around him. And these two teams, the 2011 Mavericks and the 2022 Mavericks, they remind me a lot of each other in a sense, where there's really one superstar, but outside, there's good role players who play tough defense, who could shoot the ball pretty well too, and just disrupt the game plan for the opposing team. So, honestly, I said this before that the Mavericks could be a dark horse to win it, and I certainly believe it. I mean, Luka's just been on another level. He's just built different. He's averaging about 34 points per game throughout these playoffs. He's very unstoppable. He's hitting shots and laughing at his opponents. You saw what he did in Game 7 against the Suns. He was hitting step-back threes, just laughing in front of his opponent's face, having fun out there. And this Mavericks team can really go on a run and win the championship, I see so much similarities between them and the Dirk Nowitzki 2011 Mavericks. However, though, I'm going to have to roll with the Warriors to win in 6 or 7 games. I believe that their championship experience will prevail them past the Mavericks. They'll find a way to have Luka not score as much. I mean, I still believe he's probably going to average 30 a game. The Mavericks did win the regular season series 3-1, but this is the playoffs. It's completely different than the regular season. The Warriors have been here multiple times. They know what it's like to have their backs up against the wall and have that pressure on them to win a championship, and that's why I'm going to pick them. Warriors in 6 or 7, but I expect a good conference finals, either Western, Eastern. I think they're both going to be good and come down to 6 or 7 games, and I believe the fans are going to get their views worth, their money's worth in both of these series. So we have the Eastern Conference Finals starting tonight, Tuesday at 8:30. And then tip-off is tomorrow night, Wednesday at, I believe, 8 o'clock or 8:30, or maybe 9 o'clock, between Game 1 for the Golden State Warriors and the Mavericks. So that's it for my conference finals picks. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on my Instagram, and do what you can to like, share, and promote my page. Make sure you tune in because there's going to be some really good basketball leading up to the NBA Finals. Only 4 teams left. One team's got to win it all.